The Sci-Bono Discovery Centre in Johannesburg hopes to train 1 million new software developers by 2027. In order to fully realise the opportunity presented by the fourth industrial revolution, the technology capacity gap in South Africa will need to be addressed. And so, in an effort to do this, the centre is partnering with Kenya's Power Learn project and others to launch the #1 Million Devs for Africa programme. The pilot phase of the South African programme hopes to train 1,000 software developers in 4 months. Let's find out more from Sci-Bono CEO, Dr. More Chakane. Dr. Chakane, thank you so much for your time this evening. So as we just said in that introduction, the project has already been rolled out partially in Kenya, and South Africa will be following in their footsteps. And there are various role players partnering in this project. So how have things gone with the Kenyan leg so far so that we can measure what we're up against?
Yes, well, it has gone very well, and good evening to you and good evening to your viewers also. It has gone very well in Kenya, and hence now we invited them as part of our launch on the 31st of August this month, where we launch it in Sci-Bono. And as far as the Kenya leg is concerned, everything is going well, and there are a lot of excitement of youth that have joined into this program. Now, just to give you a bit of a background, what we're trying to do here, Anli and the viewers, we're trying to close the big gap that's happening not only in South Africa, but also across Africa. If you look at the current situation in our continent now, 60% of the population, which is 1 billion, is actually youth. And by 2030, these are the people that will be the biggest consumers of these software ICT products. So the biggest challenge now is that continuously in South Africa and Africa, we have been continuing to be consumers instead of being producers of these products. And they are very expensive, these products coming from outside, but also we are directly contributing to economies outside the continent. So we are now embarking on this mission where we want to train our own software developers to develop our own African products that are directly contributing to our economic growth. So this is an exciting project also in South Africa, where we know we have a big challenge of unemployed youth. So the project itself has got, we know on the ground, it does have an impact from Kenya.
And that's, of course, you're talking about going from being consumers to producers, and that's, of course, why scalability of local tech solutions is ultimately so crucial, isn't it?
It is very crucial, and that is why for now we're going to be training 1,000 software developers, but in the long term, in our second round, we're looking at training 10,000 software developers, and then we're going to upscale it. And that is very critical, because the more you upscale it, the more you create opportunities for these youth to create their own businesses. And once they create their own businesses, then at least they are able to employ other youth into the environment, but at the same time, they are directly contributing into our economy. So we in Africa, as the World Bank has said, has made it very clear that Africa, South Africa in particular, has got a big opportunity to grab on digital transformation and make sure that we can dent the unemployment rate, we can dent the poverty, and we can ultimately start to move towards making people equal as far as the economy is concerned.
Now, these learners will be on full scholarship. For 1 million new software developers, that training bill must be quite hefty. How are you managing it, and where does the funding come from?
Well, remember, this is one thing that we in Sci-Bono have always been doing, and we've got an experience in working with big companies like your Dell of this world, like your Cisco of this world, where you run these kinds of big projects. So this one also, the good thing about it is focusing on software developers. Yes, indeed, it is a big project, and hence that's what we are doing. We are rolling it in phases so that at least we take the first phase, get to the second phase, get to the third phase, and upscaling so that we can learn and move forward. But we know all what we need. We need your excellent tutors to roll it out. We need your excellent software access, learner management system. All these things are in place. So all what we need to do now is put it into the ground, pilot it with 1,000, scale it up to 10,000, and ultimately scale it up worldwide. In terms of the funding point of view, there are a number of funders that are working with us together with the lead projectors from Kenya. So we are all covered. So all the youth, what they need to do is to get access into the platform itself, register them, they'll get the link that gets them inside there. And then for the next 16 weeks, then they will be throughout that program. Now, let me just also mention one thing quickly, Anili, that I like about this program. It's not only about training and capacity building and left you there, but before you leave the program, we also create an opportunity for you to innovate and develop a real IT solution for South Africa that you can test among ICT companies. Towards the end of the program, we invite different ICT companies whereby these youths will be presenting their projects, will be working for them, and at the same time, that also will be creating opportunities for jobs, those that are interested in joining these companies, or if you want to go entrepreneurship line, or if you want to pursue studies at the university or somewhere else.
So plugging these learners into job opportunities is absolutely critical, but also critical is the fact that you're offering soft skills such as financial literacy, and you're also concerned about their mental health. Tell us a little bit more about that part of the program.
Of course, we have seen it in the time and again that you can't only concentrate on the skills that are required to create a business, but you also need some ethical stance there. You need some training on the finances. You need some training in the psychological behaviors. Therefore, these software skills are also very much important. As I've just said, Anil, we have experience in dealing with these kinds of programs in Sci-Bono, but not the one particularly for software developers. So we know, for example, we have produced quite a number of youth with all these skills, but ended up really, they started doing quite well in terms of the business, but somewhere along the way, because of the finances are coming and things started to go wrong. So we are giving a complete package whereby you're not only looking at the technical skills, but also you also provide you the soft skills in terms of ethics of doing business, in terms of the finance, how do you manage the finance of a business, not only your own budget, but because now you're going to have to pay the employees. So that is very important to produce rounded up youth who can go there and be good citizens.
Is this project only limited to the youth, or can anyone enter? And in the same breath, where should candidates go to enter?
Well, currently it's intended for the youth because of the problem that we know we have in South Africa, whereby there are a number of youth, the rate of unemployment amongst youth is very high. So it's targeted to the youth, especially of the age of 18 years to 35 years. Now, if you need more information out there, please know that applications are opened and they are closing on the 30th of September 2022. Information that you need, you can go to the following websites: www.startupbusinesscampus.co, or you can also go to the website www.powerlandproject.org. We are also on Twitter. Our Twitter address is @PLP Africa. We are also on Facebook. You can go to Powerland Project on Facebook. We are on Instagram. You can go at PLP Africa. Or if you want to drop us an email, you can send your email to Lucky, Lucky, @icrdgroup.com. So those are all the channels that the youth can use to get reached to us.
Very comprehensive. Power Learn project, that should get you all the information if you just Google those words. Thank you very much for speaking to us. An incredible opportunity for the youth to access the skills they need to really tackle the fourth industrial revolution with gusto. That was Sci-Bono CEO Dr. More Chakane.